We begin on the shores of South Onyx, specifically the Boogie Cove, a place that is a magical haven for musicians alike, all gathered together for a common purpose. The Jalens are the wordsmiths of Tycor, harboring the ability to move and shift things with their words, their poetry, their art. There's no other being like a Jalen, and that is why the Summit of Kings came to be, to celebrate them, but to also showcase their talents so that stories could be spread to those that need it the most. It's a tournament for the greats to be great, facing against each other in the spirit of craftsmanship and hip hop. Grandmaster Jalen wanted to amplify the voices of storytellers, and he did so in taking over the Boogie Cove. and welcome to the Summit of Kings campaign. And I am your game master for the next 4 weeks. My name is Brito, and my pronouns are she, they, and I'm going to be guiding this story. So, do you all want to go ahead and go around the circle, say your names, pronouns, where people can find you, and what you do?
Start with. I'll start. I'm Drac. I use he, him pronouns. Today I'm going to be playing Namdi Okafor, and what do? I just play a lot of TTRPGs. It's a problem. Send help. That's it. I'll throw it over to Piper.
Wait, did you say your pronouns?
Yeah, he, him.
Oh.
I think I said it. Did I not say it?
I just my brain. Hi, I am Piper. What do? I do anything and everything I can get my hands on, but I mostly do LARP and cosplay content. All of my socials are Oberns. I am she unknown. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
I'll go next. My name is Rox. You can find me anywhere at Rox the Wizard. My pronouns are he, him. I play a few TTRPGs, and I watch a lot of anime and eat a lot of food. So if you would ever like to talk anime with me, and I will live it up.
Hey, my name is Bab. I am a filmmaker, and you can find me at aperture_ghost. My pronouns are he and him, and ready to have some fun.
Awesome. Okay, so a special thanks to the Fulton County Arts and Culture for sponsoring this show. We would not be able to do it without you all, so thank you very much for the donation that you gave, especially to Dot. We appreciate it. And also, please support the Atlanta Solidarity Fund. They raise funds for protesters that are currently being detained. So it is very important to this campaign and what we stand for. So please, if you have time, just go ahead and check that out. And also support Swordsfall. Without Swordsfall and without Brandon, we would not be able to do this. You can find him at Swordsfall1 on Twitter, and you can go to the shop. And Easter egg, if you use my code, because I am an affiliate, it is Brito with 3 E's, you get 10% off of your purchase. So like you can get awesome merch like this and you also get a discount. So like go do the thing. It's wonderful and we need to be supporting games like this. So are we all ready?
Yeah.
Lego.
All right.
Lego.
Here we go. So picture it. It's a cool night in South Onyx, with the salt of the Isle's waters hitting the faces of those on the beach. The faint embers that glow through the night are illuminating everyone's joyful expressions in the nighttime, and the smell of something sweet or spicy or fried fills the air. And thousands of people are crowding around the stage within the cove. The deep pulse of a beat begins to grow in their chest until it bursts into the usual cascade of colors that flood the stage. And suddenly, from the starry night sky, a silver device comes from the top of the waterfall that's falling ambiently in the background. And a hologram comes up with the robust and bright letters typing out, "The hot list has been chosen. The annual Summit of Kings shall commence in 48 hours. And right after, a timer just as big begins counting down from 48 hours. 2 days for 4 particular Jaelins to prepare for the tournament of their lives." Now, Piper, you find yourself at the edge of the marketplace that sits in the center of South Onyx, and you're enjoying the view and you're kind of people watching. And suddenly you see a rush of a crowd kind of move in one direction towards the Boogie Cove specifically. And it kind of allows you to get up on your feet and follow just to see what's going on. And right as you walk up to the crowd, you see the bright letters that spell out the message, "The hot list has been chosen." the tournament will commence in 48 hours. And now, for those that don't know, the hot list is a list of people that the 16, which is a Jalen organization, they put it together of talented people that they find around Tycor. And so those are the participants of the Summit of Kings. And suddenly, as you're kind of standing there and taking everything in, a boy a little bit taller than you with dreads that span down to his waist, and there's like a particular glint in his eye. You can't really tell what it is. You can't tell if it's malicious. You can't tell if it's peaceful. He has very dark skin with some markings on his face, and he looks like he's a little bit more well off than a lot of the people that are kind of gathering around. When he turns to you, you kind of see that his eye is not normal. It's actually a cybernetic one, and it has like an ominous kind of green glow to it. So he kind of looks up at you, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there."
Oh, that's no problem.
You kind of new around here, or?
Not really. You?
I'm around, I guess.
Hmm.
So he kind of looks at you, and the look that he gives you, he has a sense of familiarity in the gaze that he gives you. Like he knows you, but you don't necessarily know him. So he kind of takes a moment, and he's like, "So do you usually come down to the Boogie Cove at all?"
You're asking a lot of questions of someone you don't know.
I guess I'm just more curious than anything.
Nothing wrong with curiosity. So, what are you doing down here? You just planning on joining the games?
I mean, I usually come down here. The concert scene kind of gives me some time to think, I guess, if you want to get deep.
I always want to get deep. So you want to tell me about this?
So, Piper, what I want you to do is you're going to make the first roll of the night,
Oh,
and you can choose. I got you.
okay.
You can choose between charm or negotiation, whichever one fits your character the most.
We gonna charm.
Ooh,
Charm,
okay.
charm.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, do you want to explain how that works?
Yes. So, which one would you like to use? It is up to you.
Luck.
Okay. So, hold on just a second. Let me. Okay. So, you're going to use, since you're using charm, you are going to take aura. So, your aura, it looks like it's a 2. So, there's not going to be any knack die. So, you're going to put in 2 for the talent dice.
Yeah.
And then 0 for luck die. And then remind me, what's the next one that comes up?
Oh, roll 20 did a thing. Hold on. 2.
You're good.
Okay, actually, knack is before luck. Knack.
Okay, so no knack dice.
Okay, awesome. And then luck is also
And-
0. And then it's just difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
From there.
Okay, cool. So the difficulty is going to be 2. Mm-hmm. And then there's no disadvantages, no complications.
Awesome. Okay. Got a 4 there.
Okay, so let's see. Yep, it looks like you're not going to get any information at all.
Yeah. I don't get nothing.
So he kind of looks at you and he's like, isn't it kind of rude to ask someone about their, cybernetic?
Isn't it kind of rude to act like you know me when you don't?
Touche.
I'm
Well,
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
are you though?
Ah, hmm. She gives him this like sickening sweet smile and goes, I don't know. Am I?
I guess you'll just tell me whenever you're comfortable, I guess. But
You
so
assume
do
I'll get
you
comfortable.
so do you want to be in the Summit of Kings? Is that why you're here?
Her face kind of, for a split second, almost like it falls, like she's thinking. And then a smile just comes right back up. Yeah. Don't we all?
I mean, there are some people that don't, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna roll something on you. Hold on. See if I can pick that up. Let's see.
See if you can catch on.
Okay. I think I'm gonna use. I think I'm gonna use street smarts. I'm gonna use street smarts because
Okay.
because
Okay.
I mean he ain't had a yeah. Let's see. Okay, so that's kind of okay. So that's gonna be one. Let's go back to this. All right.
Let's go.
And what is your armor by any chance?
What's that again?
So the armor stat that's by
Oh, I'm
your-
such a dope. It is a
No,
2.
You're fine. You're totally fine. You're good. Okay. And on a scale of 1 to
Mhm.
5, how would you rate this complication?
2.5.
Okay.
So 3. Because that's not a.
So
Yeah.
I failed.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I caught nothing. He
I-
caught absolutely
I see.
nothing. Like, ooh, okay.
We are not picking up on each other.
No, not at all. And that's okay. That's okay.
Makes for fun.
So he kind of just looks at you and he's like, well, I guess I should have said this from the beginning, but I kind of know who you are. Kind of.
Oh.
No. I don't mean like I'm, stalk. I'm not like that. I promise.
I'm assuming you mean my blunder from last year.
Yeah.
Can't win them all, right?
I mean, I don't necessarily judge you for it. I've had that happen to me before, so
Yeah, but has yours happened in front of your idol?
no.
Yeah. It's all right. You know, positivity and love and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I should probably get going. My friends are kind of probably wonder where I am, but it was nice to briefly talk to you.
Your name?
Miko.
Miko.
What's yours?
Shawnee.
Nice to meet you. And he gives you a pleasant smile and he kind of just turns around and he disappears into the crowd a little bit more. Would you like to start heading back home or would you like to explore a little more?
What would she do? Actually, I don't think she would explore, and I don't think she would go home. I think she would just sit around and people watch for a
Okay.
little bit. Yeah.
So you kind of make your way back to the sitting area that's not too far from the cove. And actually it's a little bit close to the beach shore that's right by the stage. So you could even sit on the beach and kind of just watch the ocean for a little bit.
Ooh, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you want to do that?
Heck yeah.
Okay. So so you sit down on the sand and you kind of just listen to the waves just sort of rushing up on you. And kind of you kind of feel something on your side that wasn't there before. It's probably about, I would say, this big. And you reach in and you pull it out, and it's a golden kind of envelope. And on the front of it, it has your name like in a beautiful script. And it's sort of engraved in it. And as you run your fingers over it, it's very cold, but you can tell that it's metal. And as you look at it, you kind of hear the faint cheers of the cove in the distance. Rocks. The salt of the rushing air, the salt of the rushing water kind of hits your face with a satisfying sting. And you kind of peer out into the view of South Onyx, seeing everything that's happening at the Boogie Cove. And this spot is very special to you because nobody really thinks to go at the top of the waterfall like you do, because it's kind of a place where you feel no fear, you don't feel anything kind of constricting you. It brings you a lot of peace. And over the roar of the waterfall, you hear all of these people starting to cheer and starting to dance, and you start feeling the music in your chest kind of. And you even see the top of the device kind of just flying out and just kind of displaying this message about the hot list. So from where you're sitting, you can't really make out what it says, but you kind of put the pieces together. It's like, oh, so they're announcing this right now. Great. So would you like to stay and kind of watch everything unravel, or would you like to leave?
I'm going to watch everything unravel just to see if anything happens that I can pick up on.
Okay. So you sit there for a little bit and nothing is really going on out of the ordinary. Like everyone is literally just dancing with each other and having a good time. Some good music is playing and everyone is just kicking it right now. And even with the marketplace that's not too far, it's a beautiful color. Like there are lights everywhere, and like it just looks like a festival essentially. um and even the ocean, like nothing's happening out there either. It's pretty normal. um but you see the lights start to light up on the stage a little bit more, and it seems like the crowd is starting to crescendo over the waterfall. But suddenly you feel another sense in your chest. You feel like, there was some sort of like sonic boom almost that kind of pushed you forward, and you suddenly feel this presence behind you. And when you turn around, just as you turn around, someone is attacking you. So, could you give me a roll on what you think is appropriate for your character? What would you like to use?
I am going to use. I am going to use my aura to
Okay.
see if I can try to overpower them.
Okay. So in that case, I would probably pair that with composure to see if you can do it efficiently.
Okay.
So go ahead and type in 4.
Mhm.
Yeah, 4 for your talent dice. And then 3 for your knack dice.
Okay.
1 for your luck die. Then for the difficulty die, go ahead and type in a 3.
Okay.
Which one is next?
Disaster.
Disaster, 0.
Okay.
Complication, 1.
Perfect.
What you got for me?
3 and 3.
Ooh, okay.
Wait a
So
minute.
he succeeded and failed. Okay.
I can live with that.
So you see this person kind of like having this energy in their hands and they're about to throw it at you. So how would you like to deflect that, but not deflect it at the same time?
So it's just going to be a kind of power surging from him.
Okay.
So with the power that's surging, it's not pushing it back, but it's just keeping it there,
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a struggle.
like a shield. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. So when you start to struggle with this person, you suddenly find yourself looking at yourself. Only he's a little bit taller than you, a little bit more defined. It is nobody else but your brother, Dax. And he's just standing there with this like wicked look on his face. And he's like, oh, so you can actually defend yourself. And he kind of just drops, and all of the power between you two kind of goes away.
So I'm gonna like hang my head just a little bit shamingly.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want?
So it looks like you're in one of your brooding hours. So I'm just going to cut right to the chase. I don't know if you heard or not, but the hot list has been announced tonight.
And
I got in. It's kind of funny, actually. I was sitting there and I was at home, and suddenly this golden envelope kind of just went under my door. Did you get one?
why are you concerned? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Because you're my brother. Can I not be concerned?
You don't act like it.
Come on. Don't play that card. I understand that you're bitter about a lot of the stuff that happened between us and our parents, but I just want you to know that I'm here for you. I really am.
I've grown past that, and I'm gonna like turn around, just face out towards the city again. We all knew you were gonna get in, so if you're done rubbing it in my face, you can leave now.
Why are you so dramatic? Just chill, all right? And before you start going and jumping off waterfalls or whatever, I actually brought you something. And he reaches in his pocket and he pulls out another golden envelope, only this time it has your name on it engraved. And he's holding it in his hand.
Give it here.
Oh no, you want to stand there and be dramatic. Why should I give it to you?
Because it's mine and I earned it. Give it
Sure.
here.
You earned it? You really think you earned it? Do you
Yes.
want to talk about what you did at your last performance? Everyone saw that. Even mom and dad saw it. So what do you mean you earned it?
I won, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, but you also put someone in critical condition. Do I need to remind you?
But I won.
Whatever, Jaren. Here. And he holds it out to you.
I'm gonna snatch it from him.
I will say, you should probably think about it before accepting your invitation. It's not for the faint of heart, and quite frankly, I don't think you have what it takes.
Don't worry about me. You've never worried about me, and don't start now. I'm going to win.
And when you say you like he's never worried about you, his smugness kind of drops. I have worried about you. More than you know.
More than mom and dad, at least.
Jaren, I don't think you understand how much I protected you from. Anyway, there's your invitation. Just wanted to give it to you myself. And he turns on his heels and he walks off. And as he walks off, you kind of feel this very heavy feeling of not necessarily torment, but just dread. Like you're expecting that something not great is going to happen out of this tournament. And it kind of settles in your stomach as you look back out onto South Onyx. Bab, you're currently in your bed with the window open next to you, and the breeze of the city kind of just floats in, and you're just chilling. You're big chilling. You've had a long day. You've done a lot that day, and you just wanted to go home and you just wanted to chill. Usually the sounds of the city are very comforting to you, so that's why you usually have your window open. And do you actually want to describe what your place would look like?
Yeah, actually, just got a lot of sort of technologically, just a lot of gadgets and instruments in there, just that I've collected from all of my travels, from all the different timelines and different dimensions that I've traveled to. I've got my hype man in there. His name is 808. He's 8 foot tall. He's made of platinum, and he's got a gold chain that says 808 on it. And he's just got some beats going on. He's got speakers all over him. So usually he just drops some chill beats. He's got some lo-fi going on, and we're just kicking it.
Those lo-fi hip hop beats to study to, yes. So that's a cool setup. I like that a lot. So you're chilling with 808 and you're kind of just taking in the music. The music is your solace. The music is your happy place. And then suddenly you just hear a faint knock on your door, and immediately 808 kind of stops and it's quiet. And then you hear the knock again. You can answer it if you'd like.
So I get up and go to the door, open it,
Okay.
just look out there and see who it is.
Okay. When you open it, you see a little girl that's probably about 7 or 8 years old, and she's dressed in this beautiful African printed cloak that kind of drapes down to right above her knees. She has on a pair of steel gray joggers with some sort of like illuminated shoes that you've never seen before. She looks like she's kind of one with the city, but at the same time, there's something very ethereal about her. She takes the hood down, and on her face are these very meticulously placed markings that are symmetrical. And in her hair, it's very braided intricately, and there's like a culmination of like beautiful beadwork that is just creating colorful patterns that span from the front of her head to the back of her head. And you can roll a logic roll if you would like, to see if you recognize what kind of markings they are. So let's pull up your sheet. Okay. So what you're going to do is you are going to go to logic. And would you like to add any skills with that? What skill do you think he would use to kind of tap into that? And it's
I
okay.
think I'm gonna use the charm.
Okay. So you're gonna put in 2 for your talent dice. And then you're going to put 0 for your knack die. And then you're going to put 2 in for your luck dice. 0 for the difficulty die. 0 for disaster. And 0 for complication.
Sorry, what were the numbers again?
You're good. So you're gonna put in 2 for your talent dice. And then 0 for your knack die. And then 2 for your luck die. And then 0 for difficulty. 0 for disaster. And then 0 for complication.
I'm getting a no table with that name.
Oh, that's okay. So it looks like Dot is going to roll that up for you. So it's all good. Should be popping up here soon. Okay. So it looks like you got a 0 on your positive roll and a 0 on the negative roll. So you have seen the markings before, but you don't necessarily know what it is. She is actually a dreamweaver, and dreamweavers are very powerful in Tycor, and they protect the connection between reality and the person that's dreaming, and they guide people throughout their dreams. It's interesting because you've never seen one this young before. They're usually, older, a lot older, or, young adults or what have you. But as you're looking down at her, she kind of reaches into her cloak and she pulls out a golden envelope and she holds it out to you. This is for you.
Thank you. And I'd like to accept that. Who sent you to give this to me?
I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Okay. So I open the envelope.
So when you open the envelope, surprisingly, nothing happens. And when you look inside, you don't see anything either. It's almost as if it's kind of empty. And she looks up at you and she says, "It's not activated yet."
Activated.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Usually there's a certain time where the envelopes activate and you get to see the invitation.
Well, thank you for the message, and I'll be looking out for the activation.
I've also been sent to tell you that something's coming, something bad, and you need to watch out.
Well, it's the way I live my life. Something bad's always coming. So thank you for that message, but it's something that I already knew.
You're not as bad as you think you are. And with that, you look back down at the envelope, kind of examining it again. When you look back up, she's gone. And as you kind of stand there processing what she just told you, you kind of hear very faintly as you shut your door a low growl at the end of the hallway, but you don't see anything, and you end up shutting your door. Drac, you are at the Boogie Cove in the middle of it all. You are dancing with everyone. You are excited. And when you saw the announcement, I'm pretty sure you kind of just combusted with how much happiness you were feeling. And you've always been the kind of person to go with the flow and always just kind of do your own thing. And at the same time, maintaining the happiness that you have. Kind of like everyone else, the Boogie Cove is just a place to get away from mundane life and just enjoy yourself. And as you're dancing and as you're kind of moving with the bodies around you, almost unnoticeably, you feel a cold object that was kind of slipped into your hand as a random body pushes past you, and you don't see who it is. And when you raise it, it's a golden envelope. And despite the notion to kind of, catch your breath, you just push past the crowd, having lost the person, and you stand off to the side. And you look at it and you run your fingers along it, and it has your name engraved in that beautiful script. And you turn it over. There's nothing special about it except for the fact that it's metal. And as you're about to open it, out of the corner of your eye, you slowly start to see the crowd kind of dissipate off to the sides, as if they're making room for someone or something. Would you like to go and see what it is or what's happening?
Yeah, this envelope can wait. I'm just gonna go see what's going on.
Okay. So when you walk up, you start to hear the music slowly fade down, which has never happened before, regardless of who's in the crowd. And once you get there, you see in the middle that there's like 3 people that are standing there, 2 of which are identical to each other. They're twins. And then there is one in the middle that kind of towers over everyone else. Who's this menacing, very dark, very muscular man. He looks like he's probably in his early 40s. And he has on like a black tank top, and he has on a golden earring that kind of hoops out of his ear. The twins are holding something in their hands, and so is he. And as he looks across the crowd, he's just burning holes into everyone. That's how intense his stare is. And when he speaks, his voice kind of bellows over everything. You've never heard a voice like this before. It can be described as thunder, essentially. And when he hits his consonants, it's kind of like lightning striking in different places. That's how powerful his voice is. And he looks at everyone, and he's like, who in this crowd has gotten a golden envelope?
I think Namdi just, yeah, I have. Why do you stop the music?
Come here.
Okay. And I just approach.
Do you really think that you can go against me?
I mean, depends on what we're talking about here. You look kind of big, so I think I could probably beat you in a race.
Yeah.
Eating competition, you probably would beat me on that. Depends what we're talking about.
You're probably as dumb as you look. These envelopes are for the Summit of Kings, if you haven't noticed. And on both sides of him, both twins kind of just hold theirs up. with like a really like kind of twisted smirk on their face. They're for the Summit of Kings. So that means that you got chosen.
That's pretty cool. Congratulations. You got it looks like you got chosen as well then, right?
Sure. Yeah. Listen, I'm just going to warn you once, and I'm not going to warn you again. You and your team will not become the champions this time.
Oh, okay. I get it now. I get it. I don't know. I don't lose, so I feel like you're wrong there.
That's cute. All right. Then I guess it is a fight. And he holds out his hand. His hand is massive when he holds it out to you.
I take it with my cybernetic one.
And he grips onto your hand and he pulls you to where his mouth is right next to your ear. And he says, if you cross me, I will kill you. And then right as that happens, it's silent in this crowd. Like there are pins dropping. Everyone is watching like, yo, what's going on? Like what's happening? Oh my God. Just like really nosy. And even the people that are like DJing and stuff, they're like, what? Ooh, oh my God. That's why they stopped the music essentially. And right as he says that, afterwards, you kind of feel the envelope vibrating a little bit. And Piper, Rox, Bab, where all of you are, you feel the envelope start to come to life. And the flap just slowly opens. It's like, it kind of opens, and then out pops a small hologram of a familiar face that you've seen all throughout Tycor. And Ella King is smirking back at you. And she has her arms crossed and she has her dark acrylics kind of just resting on her arms. And she's just staring at all of you. And she says, greetings, Jalen's. My name is Ella King, and it is my honor and privilege to offer you the slot for the Summit of Kings tournament. Not only have you displayed your talents in the true ways of the Jalen, but you have also remained true to the art forms that you have created. Only one team of Jalen's come out of this as champions. Do you accept your invitation into the Summit of Kings?
When this happens, I look to the giant man looking dead in the eye and respond, yeah, I accept this invitation.
Piper, what about you?
Shawnee just, I'm so excited. Shawnee just looks at the envelope and goes, period.
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 Bab, what about you?
Osa says yes, and then 808 hits the beat.
Rox, what about you?
As she says this, his eyes are gonna flicker and it's gonna go like cat-like, and he's just gonna intensely, I wouldn't have anything else.
Ooh, be creepy.
Mhm. Mhm.
And once all of you answer, she says, excellent. At approximately 9 a.m. tomorrow, you will meet with your teams and begin your work to prepare for the tournament. The first round begins the following evening at 8 p.m. on the Boogie Cove stage. More details will be given to you in the morning, but until then, rest up, Jalen's. You were chosen for the summit for a reason. Good luck to you all. And her hologram disappears. And you're left with the feeling of rather it be hope or joy or hesitance or even fear at this point. Regardless, a new fire has been lit in all of you. And so begins the Summit of Kings. And that is where we will take our 5-minute break. Hi, and welcome back. That was a nice little break. How is everyone feeling around the table? We want to start with you, Rox.
Yeah, I feel really good for that interaction with the bro. But except for that, I'm Gucci.
Sweet, sweet. And Bab, what about you?
Feeling pretty good. I'm wondering what that little girl had going on, but we'll find out hopefully.
Yeah. Drac, what about you?
I mean, I've got a rival already, so I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm hunting him down.
Yeah, yeah. And Piper, what about you? How you doing?
Piper is good. Piper is living her best life. This is really good. This is really fun.
Cool, cool. All right. I'm glad everyone's enjoying themselves. So let's just go ahead and jump back into it. So you all took the night to rest up for the next morning. Kind of still recovering from the shock of everything that happened. You not only did you get an invitation to the Summit of Kings, but you got an invitation from Ella King herself, which is a huge deal. Considering that she is an elite Jalen, she's very good at what she does, and she is essentially the rap goddess of Tycor. So because of that, you have kind of a newfound energy that's kind of invigorated all of you. And that burn to, create and to make music is alive and well. So with each of your envelopes came a transmission not too long after Ella said her spiel, and they gave you directions of a building that you are to kind of convene at 9 o'clock. So all of you have gathered your belongings and you go ahead and go to the building. And once you get there, it's just the four of you. There's nothing else in this room except for four chairs, and there's some water bottles, and there's a microphone on each of them. And when you walk in, everything is kind of the same gray. It is a very gray room, and there's nothing there. It's very quiet. Almost kind of like that silence of where you're in a bubble, sort of. That's kind of what it sounds like. So you all walk in and you start to see each other. And would you all like to describe yourselves for each other?
Let's go first.
Okay.
Wait, did you say you're going first or should I go? Okay.
I mean, you can. Yeah, I said who wants to go first?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Shawnee, she's about 5'6". She is a thickums. She's a thick woman. She has half and half dreads that cascade down her, half blue, half purple. So her gear, it looks like she looks the closest thing to like a beautiful African cyber goth. Black clothing with straps going all around her, but decked with kind of a Nigerian print trim around her clothing. But very, very dark, mysterious, pointed eyebrows, dark makeup, but gorgeous nonetheless. That is Shawnee.
I'll go next. Namdi's about he's a large man, 6'1". He's pretty built from what you can tell. The type of built where it's probably from like manual labor rather than like going to the gym. It's like earned muscle rather than gym muscles. He's currently wearing an I want to butcher the pronunciation, but it's a traditional Igbo wear called ishagu, or chieftaincy is the English translation to that, and it's black with basically like image of a lion like patterned across all over the across his shirt. He wears like kuno slim jeans and just very casual like practically trainers. You can tell he doesn't really care about what he wears. He probably just grabs whatever's closest in his closet and just puts it on. And he wears like rounded glasses with the frames are golden, and the lenses are slightly orangish gold as well. And I think the most telling thing about him, the weirdest thing about him, is that part of his face, I think I said his right side, part of his face is metal plating, and his whole arm is just cybernetic, completely metal. And yeah, he's got, even despite how odd he looks, he seems to give off a like kind of chipper aura. He's just kind of like, he's just happy. Even though he's looking at everyone right now, a little bit confused, still like smiling, like, okay, this is weird. But okay, I'm here.
Bab, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go. So Musa is about 6'2". So sort of strong built guy. He's got 3 rope gold chains on. He's wearing a hooded cloak. Inside the hood, you can't see anything. It's just sort of a black hole inside, and you just see glowing eyes. That's it. And there's some dreads floating out that seem to defy gravity. 808, it's totally made of platinum. 8 feet tall. He's got a gold chain that says 808, and he's got gold rimmed glasses on.
Nice. And Rocks.
Yeah. So Jaren, 6'1", nice brown skin. He's got dreads that are hanging all around his head, about ear length. They have a nice reddish tint to them. He is slim, but you can also tell that there is a lot of muscle on his body, toned. He's wearing sneakers. He has some baggy pants on. He's wearing a shirt that does not have a sleeve, but the sleeve on the shirt is covering his right arm, and it's just flowing right below it. Nails painted black. He has some nice studs in his ear, and he looks a little standoffish. You can tell. Not really paying much attention to everybody else, but just enough attention.
Okay. Cool. So as you all walk in, you see what you just described. And there doesn't seem to be any haste or anything. So you all kind of settle into your seats and you're just waiting. And you kind of have a down moment to introduce yourselves to each other and speak to each other for the first time.
I think Nnamdi just kind of, he doesn't try to hide it. He just looks at everyone, stares at everyone, like kind of, he tries not to be weird about it, but he definitely gives everyone like a look up and down, like, okay, cool. And like when he's kind of gotten, I guess, used to the surroundings and notices that nobody seems to be talking, he busts the conversation like, so you're here for the Summit of Kings as well? Do you know what we're doing here? Where's everyone else? And he just says that to everyone in general.
All right. No one else has been here before, I'm guessing. So maybe I should answer the question. Well, it looks like we are actually part of a team here. That's basically what they do. They just throw you together with your teammates. If you decide to have a team, you could always opt out if you want, but yeah. And that's what we're doing here. So we're just meeting. This is us meeting.
Well, nice to meet you all. Looks like we're going to be working together, so I guess introductions are in order. I'm Nnamdi. What's your names?
Shawnee.
Nice to meet you, Shawnee. And you? I turn to Rox.
I would just like to say that if you have no intention of winning, leave now. I have every intention of winning this tournament.
Oh, I mean, that's good. I mean, who would want to join a tournament without the intention of winning?
But do you have the drive to win?
I like to think so, yeah. Do you?
The name's Jaren. I'm just gonna look away.
Jaren's a jerk.
We've just met him. He's probably just. It's okay, Jaren. You'll warm up. I think you'll warm up to me. I'm usually quite a likable person to some people.
More likable than Jaren.
Do you guys
Stop
have
paying her any mind.
it's like,
Well, I'm not the one asking dumb questions. I mean, of course, if you're here to win. So I'm just confused as to why you're being this way.
anyway, how about you? And I like break up the awkward tension going on. I just turn to Beb. Like, how about you? What's your name?
My name is Musa, and all this talk is good, but the best Jalen is going to be found out by actions and actually being tested in the battlefield.
That I can agree with.
I agree.
I'll be honest, I'm just hoping to have fun along the way. So, I mean, I like turn to Jeremy, like, I hope that's not like, would that upset you if I have fun? If that's one of my main objectives as well?
He's just gonna look at him.
Yes.
He's
No,
Just eyeing him up and down.
I want to take that as you're cool with that. Okay.
You know, you don't have to ask Jaren for permission to have fun.
I know. I just kind of like, I really like getting on his nerves. I feel like that's going to be our thing at this point.
Don't ask for permission. Here, asking for permission can, you probably won't make it through. So just do you, okay?
I plan on it, yeah.
Cool.
So as you all are talking to each other, across the way, when you walked in, you initially saw there was nothing in this room, but across the way, there were two double doors. So the double doors open and you see this person, he is in like this beautiful, like dark blue suit, and he has on a vest underneath, and he has on like a black tie, and all of his dreads, they're half up, and then some of them are down and kind of just like cascading over his shoulders. And he has on some super nice shoes that are like rimmed in gold, and he's fixing his cufflinks. And as he's starting to speak, he's like, "Welcome," and he looks up, and Shawnee, you see that it's Miko, only he looks different, and he's in completely different clothes. And you see the same green eye that you saw at in the crowd, and it kind of does like a shimmer, kind of like taking all of you in. And he's like, "Well, welcome, Jalen's. My name is Miko, and I'll be your mentor for the tournament. Kind of your guide, your voice of reason, things like that. And anything you need, I can help with. So, yeah. It's nice to see you again, Shawnee."
Nice to see you again, Miko.
Yeah. So now what I was saying was, and then suddenly there's a device on his wrist. It kind of looks very remnant of an Apple Watch almost. And it kind of just, and you hear like the static sound, and suddenly a voice that is like super like concise, and it kind of cuts through the air. And they sound like they're a little bit angry about something. And they say, "Miko, didn't I tell you to clean up your damn room? Because the producers are going to come in here and they're going to see all this mess. I done told you." And then suddenly he's like, Ella, "I'm with the contestants. They can hear you."
Ooh.
"Hi, babies. I'm so sorry."
Oh my God. Hi, Ella.
What?
Oh, hi, Ella.
Hi. Oh, is that Shawnee?
Oh my gosh, you remember me. Yes, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh my gosh, how are you? Forget me.
I'm stressed because people can't clean up their rooms, but
Miko, clean up your room.
and Miko's just like, "Okay." And Ella's like, "Well, I'm sorry to barge in on your meeting. I didn't know that was happening right now because nobody likes to communicate with me, but
Oh,
I hope you all have a wonderful training session. Let me know if you need anything. I got you. I am the Jalen that's kind of overlooking your section of things. So just let me know. Okay. Okay. Talk to y'all later. Mwah, bye. And then,
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
and he's like, sorry about that. So he takes a chair and he kind of just like turns it around and he just sits on it like this. And he's like, so, do the rest of you want to say your names? And he looks at Rox.
Jaren.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Jaren. Can you tell me an interesting fact about yourself? And the tone that's happening right now is literally those cheesy icebreaker games that you don't want to play when you're in like a so it's like, so you want to tell me an interesting fact about yourself?
My name is Jaren.
Great.
It's about as
And
much as
so
we've gotten out of him as well. I'm gonna be honest. I've tried, but he doesn't seem like the talker.
That's okay. It's a safe place. We don't judge here. That's all right. It's cool. And so he looks at you, Bab, and he's like, "What's your name?"
Musu Koru Kane. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Can you ooh, and he kind of looks up at 808 and he's like, "So who is your friend?"
This is 808. He's my hype man / butler / boombox.
Nice. Okay. Neat. I like it. I like him. I like
Thank you.
you. You're great. You seem wholesome. All right. And so he looks at you, Drac, and he's like, "Your name?"
Namdi Okafor.
What?
Namdi Okafor.
Oh, nice to meet you. Cool, cool.
Nice to meet you.
What's a interesting fact about you?
And then he takes off his glasses, and his eyes are just like coals on fire, and just constantly burning. And I mean, this is kind of interesting. And then he just puts his glasses back on.
Oh, that's tight. I like that. That's tight. That's tight. Okay, cool, cool. Awesome. I have a little bit of a, and he goes like a clink clink. He's like, I have a little bit of a, thing myself. So yeah. Well, welcome. Welcome to the team, all three of you. And he looks at you, Piper, and he's like, I already know your name, but what is an interesting fact that you can tell me about yourself?
This is not Shawnee doing all this. This is Piper.
It's definitely Piper.
This is all Piper. Well, no. An interesting fact about me is I will succeed with or without anyone by my side. So, and then she just like smiles again and gets like, "Oh."
So that's okay. That's interesting. That is definitely an interesting fact. Well, welcome everyone to the Summit of Kings. I'm pretty sure you all know kind of how it works. You go up against each other for the kingship, essentially. But let's get to the bottom of things first before we move into actual training. Why are you all here? It's not a trick question, I promise.
I'm here to win. Simple as that.
Why do you want to win so badly?
Why does anybody want to win?
Well, I mean, sure, the feeling is very satisfying, but I mean, what else?
To come out on top.
So just that determination, that drive to be the ultimate winner, essentially.
If that's all you have, then yes.
Okay, that's fair. Anyone else?
To be honest, I'm here so I can feel real, like there's somewhere for me that I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, I get that.
Could be the wrong place, but I'm trying again, aren't I?
Yeah.
So.
Anyone else?
I'm here to honor my family. They were destroyed by the war.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Come to terms with it.
I get that. And Namdi, what about you?
I think the whole time, and Andy's been like pinballing between everyone. He's been saying their motivation, and he kind of just shrugs like, "I'm honestly here to just live life to the fullest. I want to have fun. I haven't had fun, actual fun, in a long time. Maybe this is the place I can have that."
Well, I mean, you have come to the right place, essentially. A lot of Jalen's do come in here with the perspective of, they have to win, which is totally fine. Everyone has their own prerogative as to why they want to be a champion. But I ask why you're all here because it's not just about that. It's about a lot of other things, and it goes so much deeper than that. And it's called the Summit of Kings because, I mean, essentially we all are kings. I mean, we're the wordsmiths of Tycor, essentially. We use words and we use music to move everything around us and move people and make people think and feel. And so, yeah, winning is nice. Don't get me wrong. It's really nice. But it doesn't mean anything if you're doing it just for that. So, a little bit about me. I'm a singer, and I kind of got discovered doing this because I'm sort of Ella's protege in a sense. So, Shawnee, when I saw you at the Boogie Cove, that was on purpose, and I tried to make it as subtle as possible. I hope I succeeded. Maybe not.
Oh, here, I thought you just thought I was pretty.
I mean, that too. But that's besides the point. I've been working under Ella for a few years, and I've been in a few Summit of Kings tournaments. And before that, I kind of started with a lot of underground performances in Tycor. The places where people don't want to be, the places where Jalen's don't really want to be. But it's like the best way to learn about yourself and what you can do because there's no limits. There's nobody judging you. There's no competition. There's just music and there's just creation. And there's just two Jalen's jamming out until, one person is liked over the other, essentially. So what I want you to do, all four of you, I want you to stand up. And do you all stand up?
Yep.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to go down the line and I want you all to show me the best ability that you have. And it doesn't have to be the best ability over everyone else, but the one that you resonate with the most. And he just stands up and he takes a step back and he's watching all of you intently. And he's like, take your time, think about it, and step forward and do it whenever you're ready.
Ooh.
Darren's just gonna wait to see what everybody else does. Just watching intently.
I mean, I guess Namdi steps up. Oh, I don't. Is this like techniques or is it just is this flavor?
Okay, so you can use techniques or you can think about how your character uses music to move things
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think what he does is very casually like turns his his left arm like wrist over and pulls at the cybernetic, like there's a panel, and he kind of like pulls two drumsticks out of just his arm. And they're like onyx black, just like it's kind of iridescent the way the light hits it. You can kind of, depending on what angle you're looking at it, it's a different color basically. And he again, just casually, just like a professional drummer, he just done this a bunch of times, kind of twirls the drumsticks in his hands and then starts it starts off as him pretending to play a beat in the air, and then after a while you start seeing each time his drumstick stops at the same point, the air essentially starts to solidify in those spots and ends up making a drum set essentially out of solidified air around him. And the more he drums, the faster he drums, anyone near him starts to feel like heat coming off of him, and he just keeps going, drumming faster and faster. And at first you just hear the sound of the beat of the drums, and then you start hearing lyrics, and you're pretty sure he's not singing. You can see his mouth isn't moving, but you're hearing lyrics, and each person's hearing a different set of lyrics. It seems like personalized for that person listening, but yeah, and he just keeps going faster and faster. The heat starts getting more and more, and you kind of notice that he's kind of losing himself in it. He just keeps going. At some point, you're pretty sure he doesn't realize that anyone's there and just keeps going. And again, the heat just gets more and more intense as it goes along, and all of a sudden it just stops. When the heat is like almost kind of worrying, it just stops and just kind of bows and then puts the drumsticks back in his arm.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
Okay. So Shawnee takes a step forward, and what happens is it's very calm, very light. She starts, spinning some lyrics a little bit. You're like, okay, it's okay. She's rapping a little bit. And then as it goes on, it starts to get more and more intense. And then from her, she releases this sound. It's like, if you listen to like metal or like screamo music, she lets out like this scream that kind of resonates with the rap. And from it, the ground starts like shaking around her and starts crackling a little bit. And then as soon as she stops, everything else stops too.
Okay. Who's next?
So Musa steps forward and he pulls off his hood and he starts rapping. And from inside the black hole and that is where his face is, just millions and millions of people start rapping back, and millions of beings from all those dimensions within that void just start rapping back. So he's got backup crowd of just infinite people rapping with him, and they give off a hot verse and they spit back to him, call in return, and people are just feeling it. Everybody's feeling it.
Okay. Cool. And you. He looks at Jaren.
Jaren kind of looks at him. He takes a deep breath. He closes his eyes. And you just hear him start rapping. And the longer that he goes, the faster he starts rapping until you kind of can't even hear what he's saying anymore because he's going so fast. But it does sound like it's flowing together. And as it's happening, he disappears. And he appears behind the instructor.
Oh.
I'm not going to show you all my tricks. That would be foolish of me. And he kind of just walks back to his place slowly.
Okay. That was tight. That was tight. Whew. All right. Well, you all seem to have the power to, win. But I hate to break it to all of you. You all are going to have to work together, regardless of if you like it or not. So, from this point on, you all aren't individuals anymore. You all are a team. Now, do you have individual talents and abilities? Absolutely. But all of what just happened needs to happen harmoniously. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly. And he kind of shoots a look at Jaren, kind of just playfully. So now that all of us have kind of assembled and shown each other the most vulnerable part of ourselves, what exactly would you like to call your team?
I'm so bad with team names.
You know what? How about
Looks-
the Eternals?
Let me.
I'll
The
plan on reading
Eternals.
exam soon.
The Eternals. The Eternals. We are the Eternals. The Eternals. Announcing the Eternals. I like it.
It's got a nice
Has a nice ring to
it.
it.
What,
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about the South Onyx 4?
See, have you... the South Onyx 4.
South Onyx.
I'm kind of feeling Eternals still. Is that? I know I'm probably biased, but like.
I mean, Shawnee turns to you and goes, we humbly, humbly accept your invitation to help name the group. I personally like the Eternals. But we will call you if anything changes. And she just kind of smirks at you and goes, no, that's a good name, but I think maybe the Eternals.
Okay.
Eternals is fine.
Jaren?
The Eternals it is.
Great. That's awesome. Usually it takes longer for a team to figure out a name. Whew. So now that we have the Eternals, I have the Eternals in my presence. Oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. Why Eternals? I'm asking a lot of why questions, but that's just who I am.
Because I don't know. What do you think, Namdi?
I mean, if this does end up being the fun I need, I don't plan on letting it stop. So I guess I'm gonna have eternal fun. I don't know about you guys.
It's like that song, Giants. We're bigger than giants. That's what it is. Well, I'm glad Namdi and I are on the same page. Uh, she looks at Jaren and goes, right? Giants? Get it? They're bigger than giants.
I get it. I get it.
Thank you,
Sharky.
Namdi. Thank. Oh
Okay.
gosh.
You know, that's a reason better than none. So thank you, both of you. Appreciate it. And it's okay. Y'all don't have to give your answers. That's all right. Not comfortable. That's okay. So once he says that, he kind of stands up and he motions for y'all to just take a step back for a second. And suddenly his cybernetic eye starts to glow a brilliant emerald green. And around his frame, there's this green aura that matches in color. And his dreads start to float up in the air, as well as his body, and his suit kind of comes unbuttoned and it just kind of floats up as well. And before you, the room starts to shift right before your eyes. And out of his mouth comes this like beautiful, low, melodic sequence. And with every shift of notes and every shift of the music, things starts to change shape. And the chairs that you're sitting on are now rocks. And all throughout the room, you start to see glowing images of various types of animals start running in between all of you. And figments of light are starting to dance in front of your eyes. And the brightest part of the room has become Miko. He's kind of the center of everything. It's almost like a tiny universe is around him. You hear the sounds of tribes in the distance and of these animals kind of running free. And then you suddenly hear the faint sound of like a drum just beating in tandem with another drum in the distance. And it's very tribal. And the entire room has been painted into this beautiful masterpiece and this beautiful culmination of a safari, essentially. And while this is happening, you just hear his voice just underneath everything. It's very level, it's very composed, it doesn't waver, and it's just this very low tone, just speaking words that you've never heard or recognized before. And soon his singing starts to kind of reel back, and he slowly starts to descend back to the ground. And once he's down almost like a feather, his feet touch the ground. And he takes a deep breath and he just straightens out his suit. And he's like, trust me when I say that a lot of the parts of yourself that you're ashamed of, a lot of the parts that you don't want to delve into, you're going to have to accept. And you're going to have to dive into those parts. The reason why I can do that is because, believe it or not, and it's kind of weird, but I think about the thing that I value the most, and usually what fuels me is the thought of losing it. How can I prevent that from happening? How can I stop it, essentially? And that's kind of what drives me. And I can tell that all of you are guarded in some shape or form. You're gonna have to let that guard down. Now, before we go on, I will say this is your last chance to back out. If this isn't for you, and if you don't want to do this, we're not gonna judge you. We're not gonna get mad, but the door's over there.
I'm gonna try it. I try everything at least once, so I'm gonna stick around.
I try everything at least twice.
Oh, is this a competition? Oh, okay.
No, it just. Maybe I'll save that for later.
I haven't come this far just to turn around now.
Like Jaren, he's looking down, and this seems like something he didn't mean to say out loud, but it just comes out loud. I can't stop now. I have to go and I have to beat him. And then he kind of just looks up and looks at everybody else.
Beat who?
So when do we begin?
We begin now. So let's go get that crown. And that is where we are going to end for tonight.
Oh, I love everyone. Oh.
So, everyone take a breath. Everyone chill. But let's go around the table and let's remind folks of who you are, your pronouns, where they can find you, and what exactly you like to do in your spare time, if you would like to share. So let's start with Piper.
Okay. So you can find me everywhere at Oburns. Again, I make LARP, cosplay, tabletop content. If it's nerdy, she does it. And again, she ? And hope you have a good day. That's all.
I'm gonna plug it for her. She also has an Etsy shop where she sells dice bags. They are adorable. Go ahead and hold it up.
What? I didn't know that.
Yes. So please go check that out. It's on her Twitter, and she does amazing things. Subscribe to her Patreon as well. She's out here doing the thing. So yeah. Thank you, Piper.
I'm just shy, y'all.
Rox?
Yeah, you can find me anywhere at Rocks the Wizard. I play tabletops games. I try to voice act, or I'm trying to get into the voice acting community. And during my free time, I, again, watch a lot of anime. So if you ever want to talk about anime, hit me up, and I have all the recommendations. Slash would love any. Pronouns he, him, and yeah.
Ooh, yes. Bab?
All right, you can find me at aperture_ghost. I'm a filmmaker, video gamer, and just all around swell guy, I guess. And my pronouns are he and him. It was a pleasure.
Yes. And Drac?
My name is Drac or Draconics. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics, and that's DRAKONIQUES. I'm sorry about the weird spelling. The normal spelling of Draconics was taken. You can find me every Tuesday for the next 4 weeks now here playing Swordsfall. Every Wednesday. Am I allowed to announce this? I think I am. Yeah, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. I think ET over on Encounter Roleplay. I'll be playing iHunt campaign there. Every other Thursday, I'll be over on Scrib the Bard's Twitch channel playing a D&D campaign called Heroes of Eastera. And every 3 weeks, you can find my voice in the actual play podcast, Super Idols RPG, where I play a Super Idol magical boy. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I have a TTRPG addiction. That's all I can really say. That also answers the what do I do in my spare time question. TTRPGs.
Bree, I'm sorry. Can I plug Realms Apart real quick? Because I totally forgot to do that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Hey, folks. I'm a part of a D&D campaign called Realms Apart. It is a podcast. We're getting a lot of traction right now, so you might want to jump on it now. We're over on Twitch, YouTube. We actually have an animated version of it on YouTube, which is really cool. And yeah, and I'm the social media coordinator. So if you want to talk to us, you're talking to me and we can chat and stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Just wanted to plug that. It is called Realms Apart.
Oh, I just want to. There's another thing I want to plug. I forgot about.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm the co-founder of a TTRPG Twitch channel called Friends Who Roll Dice, and right now I'm also the events organizer. And right now we're doing a month-long charity event where we're raising money for the Rain Network and the Earth Day Network. That event is coming to a close because we're going to be ending on November the 1st with a 13-hour stream where we're going to be playing 4 indie TTRPG games. We've got a bunch of really cool guests coming up, so definitely come and watch. Tomorrow, wait, today's Tuesday, right? Yes, it's Tuesday. On Friday, we have another one shot that's going to be part of that charity event where we're going to be playing once of the week. So, and that's going to be from 4 to 7 p.m. PT, and the 13-hour stream is going to be from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. PT. So yeah, it's going to be a long one. We've got a bunch. I'm not playing all of them. I wanted to, but I wasn't allowed to. So I'm only going to be playing one of them. But we've got a bunch of awesome guests in all of them. So just come watch. It's going to be great.
Yes, we love
I'm also going to plug real quick this one.
Go
Plug.
Thursdays.
Plug in. Come on, let's go.
Then yes, Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central Time. You can find me also over on the Chance Modified RPG Twitch channel, playing Curse of Strahd, and we are facing Strahd and not dying yet. So come join that.
Yes.
Oh,
Alright.
buy Swordsfall merch.
Oh yeah.
Buy
do that.
Swordsfall merch.
Code Breeder.
Because it's
And
dope.
That's 3 E's. Breeder.
I am. My name is Brito. Thank you all for joining the stream tonight. It was a lot of fun. I am a content creator in the TTRPG universe, and I try to do the things as best as I can. I have my own merch shop, and it's pinned to my Twitter. So if you want to buy my merchandise, Jacques has the merch on. He has Piper's dice bags. He has the shirt on. Yes, he's killing it.
We stand.
We stand. And I'm also an affiliate for Swordsfall. So like they said, go buy the merch. And if you use my code for discounts, it's Breedo, BREEEDO, all caps. You get 10% off of your purchase on anything in the shop. So therefore, go ahead and make your way over to the Swordsfall store. I'm a Jalen now.
For Breeder's diss track.
Aside from that, a special thanks to the Fulton County Arts and Culture for sponsoring this show. We literally couldn't have done it without y'all. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. And also support the Atlanta Solidarity Fund, funds that are going towards protesters that are being detained right now and can't afford bail. It is very important for the movement that is going on right now. Please, please, please go check that out. So yeah, with that being said, we will be back next Tuesday at the same time doing the same thing, and we will see where our Jalens are gonna take us. So until then, I will see y'all later. Have a good rest of your night.
Bye.